Grab life by the chicken fingers and savor the day with hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret cane sauce that makes everything that much better.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers.
A young man named Scott saved my life 11 years ago. I'm Rick Brown, a grateful kidney and pancreas transplant recipient who lives life every day to honor my donor hero. Pass life on through organ donation at lifeconnection.org.
Oh, we got the red light special. Gala Park. We did the address 900 North High Street. We are live. It is Doug Worthington, Jimmie Bell.
We're always elevating.
Penn State versus Ohio State. This is a different game. This is the game that we thought it was going to be in the beginning of the season. James Franklin not here. Quarterback injured. It doesn't matter. It's 14-17. The good guys, Ohio State. What do you think about that first half, Jimmie Bell?
I listen.
That part.
I'm a praying man. I'm an honest guy. I told y'all.
You said that, huh? Did you say that?
I told y'all.
You did.
That it was going to look
Closer game.
similar. Now, the way that it got this close, I'm not in for it. But I didn't think it was going to be based upon us making mistakes.
Right.
Making a turnover.
A turnover, yep.
Which is huge. But I did think I thought we were going to get the Penn State that we seen, like you said, is really good on paper. Mm-hmm. It just is what it is. If I like to put their losses in context, I'm gonna keep saying the same thing. If they were losing because we saw that they just were trash,
right,
that's one thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was the case.
Absolutely.
They just had some stuff going on, and obviously, really, when you really investigate the whole thing, there was a lot of people, Adidas, money. They were trying to get rid of Franklin anyway. Mm-hmm. They didn't want him.
That part.
So there was a lot of stuff going on, but all they needed was one game.
Man, it's the game. To
play like the paper says. I still don't think they're good as with us. I still don't think they're going to compete with us. But at one point it was 28. At the beginning of the week, it was 28 points. And then it jumped down to 20.
20 and a half,
and then I think now we're at 18, which I think was still high. So, you know what? I give kudos, props for playing to their ability. But let's be honest, they haven't stopped us.
They stopped us.
Did they?
They stopped us. We did punt one time, and we had a fumble. So they stopped us a couple times.
Okay, they stopped us twice. Okay.
Yeah.
But, But, I guess our own mistakes a little bit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Minus the one drive.
Yeah, for sure.
But our explosiveness, they can't really handle it. To be honest with you, us running the ball has been incredible. Man, we're at 4 on both of our running backs. Man, we're at 4.3, 4.2 yards a carry. Yeah. And we're not even – we only got 15 carries the whole game right now.
The thing about it, when it comes down to Penn State, they're not really giving up the run, even though that 4-point – because at the end of the day, we're not sustaining the drives on a running basis. Like you have so much talent when it comes down to on the edges with the wide receivers, and then we're getting into 3rd and longs or 3rd and 6s, and you got to convert. Ohio State, again, they are the best team in the country. They're number 1. They're being battle-tested. Penn State is giving and throwing the kitchen sink at it. Terry Smith, the intern coach, is playing inspired. The whole defense of the whole coaching staff for Penn State is locked in. The blackout at Ohio State Stadium, it looks pretty crappy. I just think this is all intangibles. I don't know how you get a whole bunch of people to wear black for the shoe. It's just very, very hard. Penn State being a whiteout is just different, so I know Ohio State's trying to combat that, but it's just not there.
Because that's actually their color.
Yeah. At the end of the day, when we're looking at that first half of ball,
crappy.
We had a turnover that we said was going to be what Penn State needed to keep this close. The run game for Ohio State, even though it looks good on paper, I don't think like the offensive line is doing well. We're having trouble in protection. Julian Sand is running for his life. Even though that one run that he made, we all was asking, can he run? He ran 9 yards for the first down on that 3rd and 6. He's doing okay. But this second half is going to have to be a lot of just adjustments made for both Matt Patricia and Brian Hartline, because we're looking at Ohio State be disturbed a little bit. 17-14. I mean, again, they scored late. It's not a moral victory. They're in the game. They're fighting. And we're going to have to show something, or, it could be a little bit ugly towards the end of the game if they keep it close.
Yeah, and again, I think that's from the people's perspective who thought it was going to be they had their perspective of what a blowout was. So I thought a blowout was controlling the game, right? And putting it in perspective. If we beat this Penn State by 10, 12, 15 points, to me that's what I consider a blowout for that team. 20-something points? 18? Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
That's a massacre
when
you're talking about Penn State. So I think it's a little bit different. Bro, they're so even when you look at the defensive stats. They don't have any sacks. We don't have any sacks. But it felt like they put a lot of pressure on. At least that's the way it looked.
After that first drive, obviously, we did what we wanted to. We wanted to kick the ball off. They had one big play of like 19-yard rush the first play. Then we quieted everything down. They punted the ball. nine plays, touchdown, Jeremiah Smith. We was like, okay, this is what the game is going to be. Penn State, they took our best punch, then they came back. I think it was that one. They came back, they stopped us, made us kick a field goal. It was 10-zip. Then they scored the next drive. Penn State is keeping it close. They're doing what they need to do. The line of scrimmage, I believe, is being won by Penn State on both sides of the ball. I feel like looking at what we normally do on the goal line, I seen a guy that I was hyping up beginning of the game, Caden Curry, get single blocked by a tight end on the goal line. That has not happened all year. Every goal line stand that we had, the defensive line was playing in the backfield. So, again, I'm seeing commercials. I'm seeing all types of NIL. They're making a bunch of money. They're giving and getting their flowers as the number one defense. And Penn State is saying, hey, guess what? We're paying for Penn State pride. It would be beautiful to, upset the number one team in the country. I don't see it going that far, I hope. But Penn State is happy. They're in the locker room excited. They're encouraged. And obviously Ohio State is going to get the ball second half. We're going to have to see what that offensive line is going to do, because if that offensive line doesn't get some of them gaps filled, Bo Jackson's a great running back. He cannot block. Pass coverage is not his thing. When you talked about last year with even J.K. Dobbins,
Big Rich,
and then when you think of last night, Travion Henderson,
Holly,
he was a blocker. When blitzers came, he annihilated them. We're not getting that from freshman Bo Jackson. So there's a lot going on back there. And, again, that third quarter, if we don't come out strong, if we don't get a score and I think a solid touchdown, we might be up for a battle.
And I'll be honest with you, that I don't think we have a problem scoring. I don't think we have a problem moving the ball. But I say this in the high school game, and it's applicable to college too. Some teams are awarded more grace than others.
Absolutely.
Which means the mistake for one team will have a different effect than a mistake for another. I think Ohio State, even though they're the strongest and most powerful team in the country right now, I don't know how much grace in this game that they have for a mistake. If you think about it, we had one mistake, but that was a major
touchdown
mistake.
Absolutely.
Lord have mercy.
End of the game.
At the end of a doggone half. So
Half,
I think the grace when it comes to the mistake, I think Ohio State, to be that dominant team, we do have to play very close to a perfect game. I think out of the perfect game realm, I don't know if we're the best team. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're the best team in the country. Now, the beauty is that we have been playing perfect games.
Absolutely. You're right.
And we have been that team. So I think in the second half, if we come out and continue to play a perfect game despite that fumble, I think we'll be fine. Again, I think we'll be fine according to what I thought we'll be fine for. I'm sure Penn State will get another field goal or so, and I think Ohio State's going to probably get the ball in the end zone 2 to maybe 3 more times. I don't see Penn State stopping Ohio State from doing those things that they've done in the first half.
If I'm a coach for Ohio State and I'm in the locker room, we're not panicking. But I am allowing them to know, like, if you allow this team to stay around for too much longer, you're going to build confidence in these guys. The pass rushers for Penn State, they have been a staple for this program. You got Abdul Carter, who left last year. You got Michael Parson, who's obviously one of their best for the last 5 years. But you got, again, number 33, number 19. You said it looked like basketball players. They're 6'5", lanky, skinny, but they're over there giving work to our offensive line. They're making them move their feet. They're playing in space. They're playing their brand. I seen them come up when it looked like almost an Arvell Reese type when he's over here spying, and then you see a guy come underneath, get right into Julian Sands' face, and then that guy scrape off and almost get a sack. Julian Sands is running for his life. So
6'5", 267.
6'5", that's a solid athlete. I feel when it comes down to the trenches of both sides of the ball, Caden Curry, we gave you your flowers. You didn't really show up the first half of the game. They have to step the game up. They have to put pressure on that freshman Columbus, Ohio quarterback that Penn State has. they have to make sure, as an offensive line, Ohio State gives Julian Sayed a better pocket. I don't want to – listen, we asked can he run. I don't want to see him run. He ran when he needed to. I want to make sure that those guys get it together up front, because if we're going to make that playoff push that we did last year, and if we're going to beat that team up north, and it's never too early to talk about that game, we're going to have to be up front some dogs, and that's what I think the biggest test for this next second half is going to be.
Yeah. All of what you said, bro. I think it's, but again, I'm not operating in the same panic, because I don't think I expected the same outcome the way that everybody else did. I think we're sitting exactly where we would have been. I think, again, minus that mistake, if you would have with 7, so if it would have been 10, say shoot, it wouldn't have been that, right? It just would have been 7. Maybe we would have went down there and got a field goal, so it would have been 7-20.
Right. Yeah,
so we'd have been sitting, in my opinion, right exactly where we were. Listen, this is what I wanted to see, didn't I?
Absolutely.
I said I wanted to see a consistent Penn State. I wanted to see Ohio State play up against a team that was going to be consistent in whatever their game plan was, not trying to adjust for Ohio State, and that's what we're getting. We got a Penn State team up front on both sides of the ball that are playing according to their strength and not necessarily what they think they need to do to beat Ohio State. It's showing. They're running the ball, and they're being stout on the other side. I think that's something Ohio State has to get through. Again, I've been saying that this is new to them. They haven't experienced everything or the most of what you can get out of football.
There you go.
This is part of the journey.
Well said.
This is why I love the playoffs, and this is why I love the 12, when it comes to the playoff, because the totality of your season isn't based upon one game anymore. It's based upon you getting better and better and better. So when the playoffs comes, you're hitting at your precipice to make a run in that second season.
Well said.
And I think that's where we are. I'm not saying that's what we're doing, but I do think that's where we are. So I think we should just hang tight. I think we'll be fine. Let's take a quick break, then we'll come back, wrap it up, and we'll get after this halftime.
Bye-bye.
Grab life by the chicken fingers and savor the day with hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret cane sauce that makes everything that much better.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
A young man named Scott saved my life 11 years ago. I'm Rick Brown, a grateful kidney and pancreas transplant recipient who lives life every day to honor my donor hero. Pass life on through organ donation at lifeconnection.org.
Oh man! Again, good old Buckeye football. I'm looking. I love Gus. I love Gus, man. But the jacket that's behind me, I don't know what the whole color palette was, and I'm not gonna spend too much time. But that just kind of like freaked me out. This is Doug Worthington. This is Jimmie
said it
Bell.
freaked me out.
I just seen all them patterns, and it just kind of was confusing. Which was the confusion that I got from Ohio State this first half? A little bit of confusion.
What do you expect? What do you want? What do you expect? And what do you want to see after halftime?
So I'm going to go with what I want to see. What I want to see is dominance up front, right? In order to be a good program, in order to have success, especially at the end of the season. We're getting into November football where it really matters. And your guys up front got to be able to be cohesive, as you mentioned, on the string when you're pulling, when you're pass blocking, and they haven't been. Even the defensive line, right? It's been a whole bunch of no names, and they've been laying their hat on there. Well, hey, now you're on commercials. You're getting bread. You're getting different type of accolades. I need them to go out and play some dominant ball. What about you? Then we're going to go to halftime.
I think I want to see a little bit more. I want to see the same thing. I don't think Penn State has stopped us the way people think. We did make a mistake. We got to eliminate that mistake. It actually just ended up being a huge one because, bro, we don't make mistakes.
We don't. We haven't.
We literally are pretty solid. So I think if we keep up what we're doing, Penn State is probably going to get a – listen, they're going to keep grinding that thing out.
Absolutely.
We're going to make some more big plays, and I just think that's who we are this year. Continue to make some good plays. Have those two freshman running backs continue to get some good reps. I think we'll be fine, get the victory, and keep moving on into the big game in the next couple weeks.
There we go.
Let's go. We appreciate you guys. Go get them.
Jimmie Bell, TK, and DS Sports.tv.
Holler!
And this is Gallup Park, 900 North High Street. Every game day, an hour before the game. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Doug Worthington, Jimmie Bell. We're wrapping up. We love you. God bless. Go Bucks.
We'll see you next week. Go Bucks.